welcome back to Habitatkitchen. I'm Andrew Beauchamp, and today we are making lemon curd. I got this recipe from the Preppy Kitchen, so I will post the link below. Let's get started. Full disclosure, I make lemon curd quite often. Whenever I make cakes, it's always the filling. I usually tend to eyeball the ingredients, so I never actually go off of a recipe. Especially for you guys, I am going full out, following the recipe, and seeing if there's a difference of my kind of fast and dirty way, which I will quickly tell you at the end, because it's pretty much all the same ingredients. It's just I'm taking out a lot of the little bitty steps, because I just think they're a little unnecessary. But I may be wrong, so let's follow the recipe to a T and make this delicious lemon curd. The first step in this recipe is to add 2 tablespoons of fresh lemon zest into 1 cup of sugar inside your food processor, and pulse it a few times to get the lemon zest super fine and to kind of break it up. What we're trying to do in this step is get the lemon zest to release all of its oils into the sugar. I'm just going to sprinkle it in there, get it all in there. And yes, it does smell amazing. Ooh. And we're just going to pulse this a few times. There we go. That's what you can see, that it's all like very pale and yellow. It's a little bit more sandy now, a little bit more wet because of the oil has been kind of bursted. All those cells have been bursted into our sugar, so we'll be able to taste that a little bit more. Let's clean up, and I'm going to get the stove ready. Now that I have my food processor all put away, my pot all set up, it's not on the heat yet. The first thing we're going to add to our pot is the eggs, and I'm going to put them through a strainer to get rid of the white membrane that is on the egg yolk. And we're just using 6 egg yolks, no white. Save the whites for an omelet. You can also freeze egg whites, keep them in the freezer, but there's lots of things you can do with them, so don't throw them away. Put those in there. And I've just got rubber spatula, and I'm just going to push this through. Perfect, and scrape off the bottom. You want all that delicious, luscious egg yolk in there. Make sure you wash this right away, because you're going to be running your lemon curd at the end whenever you're done cooking it back through the sieve to get out any of the lemon zest that's inside our sugar out and catch it with the strainer. Because once again, we want at the end our lemon curd to be silky and smooth. And to switch to the whisk. Just a nice ball whisk, and we're going to add our lemon zest sugar. Make sure that we did in the food processor. Right into our pot here. So now I'm going to whisk the sugar and egg yolk together, and we just kind of want it to be a nice pale yellow at the end of this. So very similar to that, you can see that it's nice and pale yellow, kind of like a custard color. We are going to add our lemon juice now, just a half a cup, freshly squeezed. Don't be tempted by using any sort of canned. It has kind of a metallic flavor. It doesn't give you a fresh taste. It's just, it will give you a lower product. I used about 2.5 lemons, so it doesn't take much. And just to slowly add it in gradually, so I'm just going to add a little bit, whisk that together, then add another little bit, and then do it until it's all gone. And note, this is not on any heat yet. Then our last bit of lemon juice, just right in. And perfect. So it is, you can see that it's liquidy. We still have some sugar at the bottom, granules at the bottom. So I'm just gonna quickly whisk that together. Now we're gonna turn on the heat to medium heat. While this is cooking, make sure you're stirring it. So with your rubber spatula, that means constantly rubbing the bottom, going across the center, and scraping down the sides. if you leave it and you walk away, this will turn to scrambled eggs, and you will be very sad at your lemon curd. So we have our lemon curd has become thick, and if you can draw a line through your utensil, then you know it's ready. It's become thick enough. So right away, remove from the heat. And we're going to add our butter. We have half a cup of cold unsalted butter that I'm just going to cut into the egg, or our lemon curd, not our egg mixture anymore. And this is going to give it a very silky texture. It will also help it firm up once it's cooled down. That, and I'm just going to stir this in. So you can see that it's starting to melt. And just keep stirring in it because you don't want to create any pools of oil or melted butter. You want it to be fully combined. And the butter's just kind of cooling it down, the mixture down rapidly right now. Think of it almost as adding chunks of ice to soup in a way. So what I do suggest, if you're going to do any extra step, do the final step of straining, because this is going to take out all of that lemon zest. So we're just going to pour it right through our sieve. Push that around. Don't push it through or you'll get lemon zest inside the mixture, but you can see the lemon zest at the bottom of the sieve. Now we have a nice silky lemon curd. My mixture is still hot. I left it here for about a minute or two to grab my container, and this is what I'm going to be storing it in. It's just a mason jar. Any sort of container will do. If you'd like, you can even let it cool inside the bowl, and then after it's cool, transfer it into a container that might not be heat proof, if that is easier for you. So before I put the lid on, I'm going to take a taste test. Now, this will thicken up in the fridge whenever it's fully cooled, and it will stay good in the fridge for up to a week. And what I learned is that you can freeze lemon curd. I didn't know that. So you can freeze it up to 3 months, and you can take, whenever you're ready to use it, just take it out of your freezer, keep it in your fridge until it's fully thawed, and then use it whichever way you'd like to. It's good on pastries, in sandwich cookies, on scones. Anywhere you use jam, you can use lemon curd. But let's give this a taste. I kind of want to compare it to see if those extra steps go take it to the next level. So let's check it out. First off, this is a delicious lemon curd. Do I think doing that extra step with the processor is necessary? I do not. Because you are getting all the same flavors, you're just pulverizing the lemon a little bit more. Which in the grand scheme of things, you might get a little bit of that extra lemon zest oil in there, but it's not going to change it that much. So I think I might continue doing it the way that I do it, which is got all my ingredients together, mix it together, then add the heat. But this is still a delicious lemon curd. Thank you guys for watching. As always, like and subscribe, and stay hungry, my friends.